We've all been there. You finally get a Saturday off. You've been looking forward to it all week. You spend the day relaxing, maybe even went to a loud brunch, or you scrolled through what feels like 100 videos on YouTube, or you hiked a mountain because your fitness tracker told you to. But then Sunday night hits and you feel empty. You feel like you need a vacation from your vacation. Why is it that the things we call recreation sometimes leave us more exhausted than work? Today we're going to strip away the dictionaries and the hustle culture myths to find out what recreation actually is and why most of us may be failing at it. If you look up the word recreation, the dictionaries tell you it's an activity done for enjoyment when not working. But that definition misses something important. Think about it. If a professional athlete plays basketball, it's work. If you play a pickup game and get into a heated argument with a stranger, is that enjoyment? And if you're a retired person or a student, do you just not get to recreate because you aren't after work? Standard definitions treat recreation like a noun, a thing you do, like basketball or painting. But recreation is more than a thing you do. It's a state of being. After a lot of deep diving, I've landed on a much sturdier definition. Recreation is the voluntary use of your free time for restoration. 2 pillars. That's it. First, voluntary. This is the locus of control. According to self-determination theory, the moment you feel like you should do something, even if it's healthy, it stops being recreation. If your boss suggests a mandatory fun retreat, that's not recreation. That's labor in a Hawaiian shirt. Second, restoration. The word comes from the Latin recreare, to create again. It's the refresh button for your nervous system. If you spend 4 hours gaming and you end up with a headache and a bad mood, you didn't recreate. You just occupied time. This leads to a scary question. Can you fail at having fun? The answer is yes. You can fail at recreation if you choose an activity voluntarily, but it fails to restore you. For instance, doom scrolling is voluntary, but it's rarely restorative. Conversely, you can be restored without it being recreation. If you're in a hospital and forced to rest, you are being restored, but you aren't recreating because you didn't choose to be there. That's maintenance. True recreation doesn't just happen. You have to create the conditions for it. And to be clear, I don't mean you need to work harder. I mean you have to be intentional. You have to protect your space from the shoulds of the world so that the restoration has room to happen. So why does society make this so hard? It's because we live in a world that wants to monetize your hobbies. We're told our recreation should be productive. Oh, you like baking? You should start a side hustle. You like running? You should track your pace and compete. But the moment you add a goal or a metric, you risk shifting from intrinsic motivation, doing it for the love of it, to extrinsic motivation, doing it for the results. As Viktor Frankl, a famous psychiatrist, once suggested, meaning isn't something you can force. Happiness must ensue. It's a byproduct. When you engage in something truly voluntary and immersive, restoration happens as a side effect. The most radical thing you can do for your mental health might be doing something completely unproductive for an hour. I'm talking about the zero pressure hour, an hour where you aren't trying to level up, get fit, or build your brand. When we strip away the need for a positive outcome, we stop being a human doing and go back to a human being. And in a world obsessed with useful results, being unproductive is how you prove to yourself that your value isn't tied to your output. That is where true restoration lives. This isn't just about your weekend. It scales up. Recreation is the release valve for a society under constant abstract stress. At a community garden or a local soccer field, hierarchies disappear. A CEO and a barista are just 2 people trying to grow a tomato or score a goal. Without real recreation, burnout doesn't just stay personal. It starts to spread. We become a society of maintenance machines, just resting enough to go back to work, but never actually feeling created again. So here's your challenge for the week. Look at your free time. Is it truly voluntary, or are you doing what you think you should do? The world might give you the time, but the restoration is up to you. Recreation isn't a guarantee. It's a gift you give yourself. Now go out and open it. You've earned it. Thanks for watching. This is Recreation Matters. If you found this content useful, please like the video to help us reach more people, and subscribe as we continue exploring how recreation works, where it's overlooked, and why it matters.